Well, hello, my name is Manuel, and today I'm going to present or talk about my final reflection of the module 2 of multicultural agents and perspectives. Well, to begin, I want to say something. Well, as we previously mentioned and as we know, this subject is mainly focused on a lot of culture, no? And through the past of the weeks and through the past of the days, we have been studying different elements of the culture that help us to understand how we as humans build up these type of cultures nowadays. First of all, well, I would like to begin that culture is like a pretty polysemic concept because many people could interpret culture as traditions, many people could interpret culture as heritage, or many other people could interpret culture as parties, festivities, or maybe as a way to understand better people's past and something that we as a society have brought up in order to build this multicultural and global society that we nowadays live in. Personally, I think that the topics that we have seen in class have helped me to understand better some really important bullet points of culture. For example, when we studied the topics of stereotypes, that was really interesting, no? Because well, as we see, many people and many things around the globe base their thinking and their critical thinking and the way they see people based on stereotypes. And we see that nowadays stereotypes are just qualifying and discriminating people for something that maybe could not represent them. Other thing that has helped me to really understand what culture is the way culture is transferred, like culture globalization, culture transfer, and also how this culture imperialism nowadays is pretty important, no? Because as we have been studying since the days and the months have gone by in a lot of years, there have been countries that had imposed one idea over other, and there has been like a lot of polemic between these. So yeah, I think that culture, as I mentioned, it's has really important subjects and objects to study. It's not just to close up in the typical tradition or the typical way of thinking that culture is just something that countries have in order to see from the past. Because at the end, culture is in global evolution, no? And also, well, I think that this has made an impact on me also in my social life or in my social phenomena, because nowadays I have the eyes to perceive different the culture, not as I perceive culture like 3 years ago when I based myself in the most popular things that were said about a culture or were said about a country or were said about a group of people or were said about a movement. Nowadays, I think this subject has helped me to understand better the horizons of certain people, the reasons why culture exists, and also why culture nowadays is so crucial for people like us, no? And also, I mean, it hasn't helped me like to relate myself, but I would say that it has helped me more to understand better certain traditions or certain behaviors that people tend to have regarding the background of their culture. Thank you for your attention.